Global restaurants and food companies often have highly distinctive products, even if they appear similar to another company's products. For example, Coca-Cola and Pepsi both offer cola beverages that are visually similar and have the same black color and taste. However, despite this similarity, those who prefer Pepsi might say that Coca-Cola tastes bad. The same can be said for restaurants like KFC, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and many others. It's not limited to international restaurants. Local restaurants also claim to have secret recipes. Before starting, support us by subscribing to the channel and like. So, the question is whether these restaurants actually have secret recipes, or if it's just marketing. The answer is that successful global companies and restaurants indeed have specific recipes and blends with fixed and defined ingredients. These recipes are often the reason behind their success and what sets them apart from others. The concept of a secret recipe is not new. Even the Romans had laws protecting trade secrets and industrial secrets, and it was not anyone's right to access or disclose them. If we delve into history a bit, we can find a fascinating incident that occurred in 1837, known as the Fry v. Welch case, which was related to the chocolate industry. There was an American man named Welch who owned a small chocolate factory and had been working in the industry for many years. He produced a very distinctive type of chocolate with a taste different from other chocolates in the market. Another man named Fry approached him and said, "Why don't you sell me your factory and sell me your secret recipe for making this sweet chocolate?" Due to the large amount of money offered by Fry, Welch agreed to sell the factory and the secret recipe for the sweet chocolate. The deal was made, but after a while, Fry discovered that Welch had sold the secret recipe to other customers and revealed all the details, even taking their money. Fry confronted Welch, accusing him of being a fraud, but Welch replied, "No, you're the one who sold it to me and received payment for it. You no longer own it." The matter escalated and went to court. When the case was presented before the judiciary, it ruled in favor of Fry. The court stated that Welch had violated the sales contract and nullified the primary purpose of the deal because he disclosed the secret of chocolate manufacturing. As a result, Fry's factory suffered losses because everyone now knew the recipe. Despite its simplicity, this case highlighted the importance of the concept of a secret recipe. So, in conclusion, global restaurants and successful food companies do have secret recipes and blends that contribute to their uniqueness. These recipes are often protected as valuable trade secrets, and their disclosure can have significant consequences for the companies involved. Recipes have the potential to make or break a company. Imagine, for example, that you have the recipe for making Pepsi exactly as described in the books, and you decide to open an authentic company and compete with the original Pepsi company. Would that not affect the sales of the original company? Now, let's imagine that we have the recipes for everything, and we can make them at home, or even small companies start taking the recipes and competing with the original big companies, leading to a war. Here, we are specifically discussing the exact recipe because no one can claim they know how to make Pepsi just from the internet. We are referring to the original recipe. It's fascinating that KFC, for example, has maintained the same recipe created by Colonel Sanders for its fried chicken since 1940. It has been consistent for over 80 years, and Colonel Sanders, the founder of the company, is still depicted in the KFC logo. Similarly, Coca-Cola has been using the same formula since 1889. They have been consistent for over 130 years with the same recipe. This raises a question in the era of technology, smartphones, surveillance, and all the advancements. These companies have millions of employees, and yet none of them have managed to know the secret recipe and leak it over all these years. The answer to this question is that the employees working in these companies and restaurants often have no idea about the exact secret recipe the company operates with. The secret recipe for Coca-Cola, for example, is known to exist in only one copy, which was once kept in a secret vault at the SunTrust Bank in the United States. It is now preserved in a massive vault beneath the World of Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta, Georgia, under strict security. According to the company's statements, only 2 individuals know the complete formula, and they are not allowed to travel together. Each of them chooses a successor within the company to pass on the secret. Even these individuals' identities are kept secret. The same applies to KFC's recipe, which is documented in a handwritten note by Colonel Sanders and is kept in a secure location. All that is known is that it consists of 11 herbs and spices, according to the company's statements. No further details are disclosed. Any recipe found online is someone's close approximation and not the original recipe. Since the recipes are handwritten or stored in a physical format and there are no electronic copies, they are secure from piracy and electronic espionage. Moreover, the employees working in these companies are often limited to specific tasks and are not knowledgeable about the secret recipes. In addition to what has been mentioned, governments have indeed developed laws to protect the trade secrets of companies and restaurants. In the United States, for example, there is a law called the Uniform Trade Secrets Act that protects a company's ownership of its trade secrets and ensures their rights against anyone who obtains or discloses their secrets. However, despite these legal protections, some people may still express skepticism about the concept of a secret recipe and consider it mere propaganda. While it is true that every restaurant has its own unique recipe, we don't necessarily need to know the exact details of their recipes. For example, the seasoning for crispy fried chicken or the ingredients for fried chicken are essentially a combination of flour, pepper, ginger, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and vinegar. It may seem like only 9 ingredients, not the 11 herbs and spices famously associated with KFC. But the truth is that this is an oversimplification, and the secret recipe encompasses much more than just the individual ingredients. The big question is what sets KFC apart from any other fried chicken? The reality is that the secret recipe is partly a marketing and propaganda tool, but large companies do invest significant resources and funds in developing their products. They conduct scientific research and numerous experiments to achieve the best flavors that satisfy their customers' preferences. It's not a random process, and the reason you may love a particular dish or drink from a specific place is due to the tremendous effort put into developing the recipe to meet your taste preferences and needs. The subject goes beyond chance, and if you enjoy a drink at Starbucks, for example, and decide to replicate it at home, it will not be exactly the same. It's similar to the pizza your mom makes at home, which she claims is the same as the branded pizza. The strangest thing is that you might know the ingredients in a particular dish in detail, but still not be able to achieve the same result. This indicates that the method of preparation also plays a significant role in the recipe. The order in which you season, the temperature at which you cook, and many other details can make a difference in the final product. Therefore, one should not underestimate the significance of a secret recipe for any successful restaurant or company.